Can you tell us a little bit about like how, as a couple, you should make an effort to follow Sikhi, then instill those things in your kids? Like if one is lacking, one is not.
I think that's always going to be there. It's never going to be 50-50. But that's what being married means. Sometimes, people say that it's a 50-50 effort. It's never that. Life is not that constant. It's sometimes it's a 70-30 effort. I'm putting 70, he's putting 30. Sometimes it's a 20-80 effort. I'm putting only 20, he's putting 80. I think just to understand and give each other that responsibility, although you are responsible for yourself first. I feel that it has to be very personal. You have to be responsible for yourself. You can't depend on the other person. But if you're in a marriage, that's like ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਧਨ ਪਿਰ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਆਖਿਆਨ ਬੈਨ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਏਕ ਜੋਤ ਦੋਏ ਮੂਰਤੀ ਧਨ ਪਿਰ ਕਹੀਏ ਸੋਏ that when you're not just mere husband and wife if you're sitting right next to each other just because you're married. You're that if you have the same thought process. You're two bodies but one soul. That's a very big thing. I don't know, a lot of people might not even reach that, and they're gone from this world. That relationship with their spouse. Why is it considered so pious in Sikhism also? Is because that a relationship with your spouse is something that's going to go for life. You outgrow your parents, they leave this world. Your kids outgrow you, they live with you for like 18 years, 20 years, they're out. But a life partner is, in literal sense, a life partner. So to choose that person who understands the basic, like if you don't get me, if you don't get the values that I live for, it's very difficult, you know to continue life with you. But I think, again, even though personally you should work on yourself, but in a marriage, that is something that you need to work with the other person, telling them that this is a partnership and I'm going to be lazy, and I am actually lazy, like in real life.
Me too.
So but I know, like, he's very uddami, and sometimes he gets lazy in certain things and I have to be very uddami, like, because it's it's how life is. Like, we are so busy on weekends. We have to do kar de kam, bar de kam, and all that. Sometimes there's a kirtan, we both are feeling like, let's not go. Like, Sundays are something that we always go. But if it's a samagam, sometimes I will tell him, like, koi nahi, like, push yourself, adhe घंटे चा जाएंगे. It's like, doing that udam and checking up on yourself. That's very important. Like, check up on yourself, like each other, like every month, that did we lack too much? Like, did we lazy ourselves too much out, that, oh, I'm not going to go to Guru Karan, we are tired. It happens. But then checking up on each other is something. I say that in general, also with pushing ourselves into Sikhism, yes, but in general life also, there are things that I get too lazy about it. And he's like, no, please do it. You have the capability to do it. Do it. He gets on my nerves, like, karna 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 fatafat karna. And I am a very deep sleeper. He's not. Like, he's been like that. He wakes up 4 a.m. and I cannot. And then he pushes me, like, he wouldn't be like on to, because you don't want to scare the other person. He wouldn't be like, why are you not waking up, wake up at 5. Never like that. You'll see, like, a week I'm not waking up like 6 a.m. or whatever, then I'm like, let's just try. you know let's just try. It's just, every relationship, it's a try. You're just trying to do better every day for yourself and for your kids. And especially in this country, we feel like we have a gurukar near us. We hardly go there because we go to a different gurukar that's like 40 minutes away from us. But they have classes.
Is it in Queens?
It's in Queens. Yeah, it's Flushing, because that's where they've been going for all their life. And Othe Baba Jinal, because he does tabla seva, so we have to go there.
What is, I forgot the name.
Flushing, Six Central. Yeah,
Six Central. I need to go there. I lived in Long Island and
I live in.
ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਖੁੱਲਿਆ ਹੈ
Yeah,
ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ.
yeah.
energy over there
Yeah.
is so good. Like like you feel
Yeah.
the power, the energy of the
Yeah.
sangat. It's
It's
beautiful.
yeah. Even the one that is near our place, New Hyde Park, I think. ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਖੁੱਲਿਆ, and the best thing about that guru ਘਰ is they have classes for children. They have
Nice.
Punjabi classes, kirtan classes. So I think that's good. These things, these uprala, whoever is doing it, kudos, because we're going to need that. Probably when we have kids, we're going to be so busy in our lives. But obviously, education comes from home. You have to teach them. If you just depend on like the guru car doing all the job, it's not going to work. You have to do it from your home. You have to teach them how things are, and that's when they go there and they learn more about Sikhism. But then first you have to do that yourself. Do that yourself, because I feel like if I'm on phone all the time, that's my kids gonna be on the phone all the time. So to understand the responsibility, I would say that you're raising a person who have no knowledge of what's going on in this world. So whatever you tell them, whatever you teach them, is what makes their life. Like, if my parents had been ignorant, I would have turned up very differently. But I think that's also, I
They
mean,
did a really good job.
yeah,
Really good job.
yeah, I think so. They did a really good job. But also, it is Maharaj's Bakshish. I have seen a lot of people who are not from families, who are religious, who are not from families that follow, but just out of curiosity, they started, like a kid started going to Gurukar, just, and he's reached a level which the parents could never think of or could never even want to.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's all Marad's blessings also of what he has thought of you. And I feel like being grateful of we should always be very grateful of what we are, of what we have become, because that paves the path for our future as well. Sometimes we feel like, oh, like we've done so much in life. Wow, that's amazing. But it's all his.
Babaji the Bakshisha.
Yeah.